Whether it's character development, plot, or pacing, an anime would be trash if it misses any of these aspects. But there is still one type of anime that you would love, despite those flaws. And I am talking about the anime with the OP MC, when the MC is so strong that he can kill God, he can massacre entire countries by himself, but he still chooses to be the good guy. So, I am Patrick from Weave TV, and today I made you a list with top 10 animes with the OP MC. So if you're ready for the ride, make sure to activate all your overpowered abilities before watching the list. Let's start!
Individuals who can materialize weapons from the soul are called blazers, and they attend Karyo Academy High School in order to harness their abilities. Each student is required to partner with another in the hopes that one day the pair can attain the power of the absolute duo. Thor hopes to attend this academy in order to gain power, after his sister and friends were slain by a mysterious man. However, at the opening ceremony, he is forced to duel against the person sitting next to him, with the loser being expelled. As Thor prepares to give the match his all, it is not a weapon that manifests from his soul, but a shield. That catches the attention of a foreign student named Julie. Although cheerful and delicate, Sakura is a skilled martial artist with a sense of fairness that never falters no matter the situation. Upon witnessing people burning in blue flames while on the bus ride home, she calls the police to bring the murderer to justice, only to find that no evidence remained. However, all her doubts about what she saw vanish the next day. The new transfer student Ray joins her class. He is the very boy she watched commit murder in cold blood. Ray is kind, sweet, and quickly becomes popular, contradicting Sakura's accusation. Soon enough, she learns his true nature, a codebreaker. To Sakura's shock, Ray, armed with mysterious powers, seeks to exact justice according to the principle of an eye for an eye. Determined to bring Ray to the right path, Sakura keeps close to him in the hopes of redeeming him from his ways before others get hurt. On his way to Arisha Spirit Academy, Kamito runs into a naked girl named Claire Locke, a student who had been bathing as a part of the purification ceremony. She had been preparing to form a contract with a powerful spirit in order to acquire more power as an elementalist. Her efforts are wasted, however, when Kamito ends up with the spirit, despite the fact that only Shrine Maidens can become elementalists. Yet to be discouraged, Claire then announces that Kamito must become her contracted spirit instead. After reaching the school grounds, Kamito escapes from Claire and meets Headmaster Greywolf, who invites him to enroll into the academy. Although his life at Arisha will be far from easy as the only male student among the Shrine Princesses in training, he accepts in exchange for information about his former contracted spirit Restia. Adding on to that, he also must fulfill Greywolf's main request, to win in the Blade Dance, a battle festival occurring in 2 months, where he will face the strongest elementalist, rumored to be contracted with a darkness spirit. There exist few humans in this world with the ability to manipulate their soul to form powerful weapons. Dubbed Blazer, these people study and train at the prestigious Hogan Academy to become Mage Knights. Among the students is so-called failure Iki, the sole F-rated Blazer. However, when the worst student in the academy sees Stella, an A-ranked Blazer, who also happens to be a princess, naked, she challenges him to a duel with dire stakes. The loser becomes the slave of the winner. There is no possible way that Stella can lose, right? Since the discovery of Simon's syndrome 30 years ago, thousands of young people have traveled to Fantasy World, the few returnees managing to keep the special abilities they acquired in those parallel universes. Akatsuki, known as the rogue hero, discards his peaceful life in the fantasy world Alazard to face new challenges upon returning to Earth. He comes back with Miyu, the daughter of the Demon King he defeated, and he is now forced to hide her true identity by having her pose as his little sister. The two soon join Babel, a special school designed for those who have acquired special abilities and magical powers through their journey to a fantasy world. Babel was seemingly founded to train young interdimensional travelers and guide them to the right path for the sake of humanity and themselves, but its true purpose remains unclear to the pseudo-siblings. Will Akutsuki and Miyu be able to overcome the hostile, powerful student council and uncover the forces at play behind the scenes? Learning to ride and tame dragons comes easy to most students at Unsevere Dragoner Academy, except for the first year student Ash Blake, who is known by his fellow classmates as the #1 problem child. Poor Ash is the laughingstock at school, because despite his large star-shaped brand that marks him as the future Dragon Master, he has nothing to show for it. His dragon has never appeared. Until now. One fateful day, Ash's dragon awakens in full glory, but appears different than any dragon ever seen before. The dragon appears in the form of a beautiful girl. What's worse, Ash soon discovers that his new dragon has attitude to spare, as she promptly informs him that she is the master and he is the servant. An exoskeleton weapon engineered by Japan, Infinite Stratos, can be piloted only by women. Its power and combat prowess are so immense that an international treaty has been signed banning its use as a military asset. When it is discovered that the 15-year-old Ichika Orimura is the only male capable of steering an IS, he is forcibly enrolled into the Infinite Stratos Academy, an all-female boarding school, the students of which graduate to become IS pilots. At this training school, Ichika is reunited with two of his childhood friends, Houki and Linjin, and befriends Cecilia, an IS representative from the United Kingdom. Guided by the legendary pilot Chifuyu Orimura, their strict homeroom teacher, and Ichika's older sister, Ichika and the girls would need to use everything at their disposal to defend themselves and their academy against the dangers that will arise during the course of their thrilling school life. In the previous century, an unprecedented disaster known as the Invertia drastically reformed the world. The powers of existing nations declined significantly, paving the way for the Integrated Empire Foundation to assume control. But more importantly, the Invertia led to the emergence of a new species of humans who are born with phenomenal physical capabilities, the Genestella. Its elite are handpicked across the globe to attend the top 6 schools, and they duel amongst themselves in entertainment battles called Festas. Ayato Amagiri is a scholarship student at the prestigious Seidokan Academy, which has recently been suffering from declining performances. Through a series of events, he accidentally sees the popular Witch of Flames, Julius, half-dressed. Enraged, Julius challenges him to a duel for intruding her privacy. After said duel is voided by the student council president, Ayato reveals that he has no interest in Festas. Instead, he has enrolled in the academy to investigate the whereabouts of his missing older sister. Akane Private Academy is a place where students who possess memories of their previous lives are being trained to use essential arts, so that they can serve as defenders against monsters called metaphysicals who randomly attack. Known as saviors, the students are broken up into two categories: the Kurogane, who are able to use prana to summon offensive weapons, and the Kuruma, who are able to use magic. The story begins 6 months prior to the major climax of the series, during the opening ceremony on the first day at school. After the ceremony is over, the main character, Moroha, meets a girl, Satsuki, who reveals that she was Moroha's little sister in a past life, where Moroha was a heroic prince capable of slaying entire armies with his sword skills. Soon afterwards he meets another girl, Shizuno, who eventually reveals that she also knew Moroha in an entirely different past life, where he was a Dark Lord capable of using destructive magic, but saved her from a life of slavery. Can those whose minds live in both the present and the past truly reach a bright future? The Walpurgis Royal Academy of Machine Art was founded alongside the development of machine art, machine magic capable of giving life and intelligence to mechanical dolls called as automatons. Its aim is to train skilled puppeteers to control their automatons, as militaries across the globe have begun incorporating machine art into their armies. After failing the Academy's entrance exam, Reishin and his humanoid automaton Yaya must defeat one of the top 100 students to earn the right to take part in the evening party. A fight for supremacy between puppeteers using their automatons. The last one standing is bestowed the title of the Wise Man and granted access to the powerful forbidden arts. Thus, Reishin challenges Charlotte and her automaton Zygmunt to a duel, but before they even begin, Zygmunt is attacked by another student. After saving his opponents, Reishin cancels the duel, but is now forced to search for a new way to gain access to the party. Driven by the tragedy of his past, Reishin fights alongside Yaya to rise to the top and to claim the title of the Wise Man.
So that was the list for today. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, also subscribe to the channel. Before we end, I have a question for you. What are you currently watching? For me, I am watching the second season of Arifureta. I really enjoyed the first season, even though the CGI was trash, but the second season looks promising. I am very excited for the next episode. You can also put a request in the comment section down below for the next anime list that you would like to see. That was it for today. Have a nice day. See you next time. Bye bye.